I'm sweating already.
I feel good. Just wait till I start grilling you.
It's a stupid
and you'll start
coat.
sweating. Let's do it. Ready to do it?
Yeah.
Michael Bublé.
Action, top.
Nice to see you.
Really nice to see you again.
Last time I saw you was backstage
Yeah.
at the Junos.
Yeah.
And you were giving me hosting tips.
Yeah. Well, because I think that night, because that's like the party of the industry party. There's like, how many people are in that room? A couple thousand people?
Couple thousand people,
It's a big room. And
you were very sweet. I was very nervous.
So was I think.
Like you came up to me and you were like, hey man, are you nervous right now? I was like, yeah, I'm a little nervous because I'm so nervous about tomorrow night. I'm not cursing. I can't curse as much as I want to right now.
Because I was cursing.
Yeah, you were cursing. We were both cursing. And it was, I'm so nervous about tomorrow too, man, but we're going to be all right. Just get up there and look them out in the eye, and you're funny, and go out and tell them your jokes, because they should laugh at them.
And then you killed it.
It was all right.
Then you go out and killed it,
It didn't go too bad. So then the next night you get up in the arena. I mean, this was a big moment. How did you feel when you got up there?
I feel the same way no matter what I do now. I feel like everything is easy.
No nerves.
Listen, I think I care. There's a sense of wanting to have integrity with what I do and wanting to be good. I think everybody wants to be good.
I would agree with you.
But I think, when everybody's in all of our lives, we all go through hard things. And I think when you go through really hard stuff, I think it makes other things relative. And you say, wow, I thought this was tough, but no, this is easy. So that night and all the other nights and this interview and all of the performances that I do, I actually really pray, practice, meditate on just enjoying and knowing how lucky I am.
Well, I want to talk about the new album. I want to talk about the future and all that stuff. Sure. I do want to talk a little bit about what you've gone through, but not in any big detail. I just want to ask how your son is doing.
He's great, thank you.
He's doing all right?
He's great, thank you. And if you can imagine, now I've gone to I don't know how many countries, and every interview, of course, this is a question. Yeah. So for me, I understand that there's it's something I need to acknowledge, but I am so ready to move on.
Well, that was my next question. Is that like how have you found the actual act of people like me asking you about something incredibly personal in your life, like your son's cancer and your son's remission?
I don't think it's because you're a jerk.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I think that, you know what I mean? Your job as a journalist is to ask, to interrogate, to, you know what I mean? To find, you want to find out about the person. But I think it's painful for me. And also, it's not fair to my family and to my kids.
No, and it's
because and I mean, when I say it's not fair, you can ask them whatever you want, but they deserve the chance to move on, and they deserve the chance to be able to sort of not sit back in the past, but to be able to look ahead to the future and to be excited about all the beautiful things that are happening. And so I think it's more, Tom, about me having to have the strength and also to stop being so Canadian. Mm-hmm. And not to allow it or to indulge it. I have to say to you, let's move on to the next question. You know what I mean?
It's not really any of our business. But I think one thing that's been clear to me even so far in this conversation is that some sort of transition happened to you personally. Like you said after what I went through, after you go through something hard like this, after what my family went through, you can't help but. So all these things lead me to believe that some kind of mental, existential transition happened. I think that's pretty clear. Yeah,
and I think, you know what? I think it should. I think I realized that a lot of the things I had worried about, a lot of the things that I thought mattered, just are not important. And I think, I really wanted to experience the positive things in life and the beautiful things, because I got a sense of mortality. I got a sense of truly the things that are important in life. And for me, every single moment started to matter, and being in the moment started to matter, and being awake in that way.
Hey, Michael, is that change an immediate change?
For me, it was.
Or is that something that you have to work on?
No, Tom, for me, it was like, there was a snap moment. It was not a matter of weeks or a mantra I told myself. It just happened very quickly for me. And I think the understanding of how my world changed, or how I saw who I wanted to be, changed very quickly, and I realized that I wanted to have a mission in my life to be kind. And I thought to myself, you know what? I don't want to indulge the cynical people. I don't want the negativity in my life. I want to just bring joy. This world is tough enough and cynical enough and scary enough, and I just want to bring love.
I definitely understand the impulse to want positive things around you all the time. But I have to admit that I'm listening to you and going, sometimes the world is hard. It's just a hard place and it's hard to avoid.
It is.
It's hard to turn that stuff off.
From politics, the divide of government, from everything. I mean, there was just so much stuff happening. There's a racial divide, Brexit and Donald Trump, and it was just like the world feels like it's falling apart, and I just didn't want any of the negativity. And it's why
it's hard not to wake up in the morning and check your phone and feel.
And I have days, so many, just like you and just like everyone else, where I am so not the guy that I want to be.
Yeah.
And I think part of that is, for me anyway, is, man, this is really good therapy for me. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna bill you.
You should bill me. I'm literally gonna walk away feeling better and lighter and...
Tell me what you do in the bad days. What do you do in the bad days?
The truth?
Yeah. If you want to.
Okay, I'll tell you. So I was in London and I was feeling anxious. I had to do a really big TV show called The Graham Norton Show. 'Cause I only have eyes for you, dear. And I was, like anyone would be, I was trepidatious and nervous that I wouldn't be funny or myself, or the anxiety was getting to me. And so I called home on, what do you call it, Skype? I had my two kids looking at me, and I said, boys, Poppy's nervous, I'm scared. It's getting to me today. And I said, would you pray for me? Would you help me to remember what's important? And they closed their eyes, and God knows what it is they said, because they didn't say it out loud. I just heard one of my kids finish off and say, like, amen. And then he looked at me and he said, okay, Poppy, you know what? I talked to God and it's going to be okay. And man, I just instantly, I felt like I just remembered again, you know? And I only have eyes, you know, I only have eyes, only have eyes for you.
Tell me about the decision to make this new record.
Can I show you something?
Yeah, lay it on me.
Can I have my phone? Because this is the weird part. Mm-hmm. So before I saw you, I didn't know I had no idea if I was going to make a record.
So this was the night at the Junos,
yeah.
The night before the Juno broadcast.
So a month before that, I invited all these guys over to my house, and we just had fun. And we started to make music, and the record came that day. Me sitting in our living room jamming, and I was like, I had forgotten how much I loved music.
Really? You forgot?
Or not forgotten. I'd forgotten how much I loved making music with those guys.
Yeah.
And, here, so check this out. So have you heard the record yet?
Yeah.
You have, okay.
Yeah,
so like you can name a song, like When You're Smiling.
When You're Smiling.
So check this out. So I put the phone up against the piano, and...
So drums and bass up front, or what? Yes, or just vocal pickups and we're right in.
Is this your house?
When you're smiling,
And that's it, man. And you can go through the list of songs, and they all just came like that. And so it's been really funny because David Foster, we had met again months before that even,
right.
And he said to me, "I'm retired. I'm never coming back."
Right.
And I said to him, "Yeah." And he said, "What about you? Are you gonna come back?" And
that's what they said about you too, right?
Yeah. And I was like, "Well, that was some bullshit."
Yeah.
From the
Yeah, obviously that's not true.
tabloid bullshit. But anyway,
yeah.
And I looked at him and I said, "What about you?" He said, "Nah, I'm done. I'm retired." And I said, "Oh, but wouldn't it be fun if you and me could go into the studio and like just be family again?" And I think that day it sort of put a spark into the other man's mind. Mm-hmm. And then about a year later, we were making beautiful music.
Michael, thanks, Mug. Thanks so much. Nice talking to you.
It's always nice talking to you. You know what the truth is? We could throw away the cameras.
I think we should.
We could get some drinks and I could hang out with you like this all day.
I can't wait. You let me know. I got lots of bars in my neighborhood.
Dude, I like the way you say bars too.
I suspect that's exactly what happened. You can hear more of Tom's conversation with Michael Bublé tomorrow on Q. That's at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. on CBC Radio 1. And of course, you can find it online at cbc.ca/Q.